Hey, Dina Sherman here. You might know me as Diona, bartender at the Cat's Tail. From Genshin Impact, Yachiru Kusajishi! Come on, Kenny! From Bleach, Harry the Hummingbird. From Pororo, Carbine from Biker Mice from Mars. Emmylou Brown from Batman the Animated Series. From the infamous Critters episode. I'm also known as the voice of the Annie Awards. And a few other things. So, with that said, you're watching In Conversation with Amber the Fangirl. Oh yeah! Mic drop. Take it away.
Three, two, one. Ta-da! Hello, everybody. Amber here. Welcome back to In Conversation with ATF. My guest today is a voice actress, an actress, whatever you want to call her. Whether it be from voice or on screen, you know her. She's done it all. You may know her as the voice of Jill in The Little Engine That Could, also known in Welsh as Yr Injan Fach Ventress, which is, I know a lot of it in Welsh, so yes, it means something about the small adventurous engine, if that's the sort of direct translation. Carrie Raven in Monster in My Pocket, the big screen. Emmylou Brown in Batman the Animated Series, well, specifically the new Batman Adventures. Tina in Superman the Animated Series. Rita in Card Captors. Carbine in Biker Mice from Mars, the series from the 2000s. Fuki in Naruto. Diona in Genshin Impact. Chloe in Marvel Future Avengers, and other video games and movies and TV shows like Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War, Final Fantasy 14, Dr. Rabbit, Legend of the Tooth Kingdom, Love Thy Neighbor, the Oh Yeah cartoons, and she's also the voice of the Annie Awards. That's like everything. That's like the whole bite-sized package: award shows, video games, movies, TV shows. It's Dina Sherman.
Who is this person? I want to meet her.
Dina, oh my
Wow.
goodness. Thank you for coming on my show. It really does mean a lot to me.
I am so happy you invited me. Your show is adorable. You are absolutely adorable. I've actually kind of like started watching and I got caught up and I watched more episodes than I meant to because they're so cute. I love your
Oh,
interviews and the people you have on are amazing.
thank
I feel so
you.
lucky.
That just means a lot to me. Thank you so much for that to me. Just like, all these people I've interviewed and stuff like that. I mean, I've interviewed some of the people you worked with. So like on the new Batman Adventures, you worked with Matthew Valencia, you worked with Robert Costanzo, and Dorian Harewood was in the episode that you were in as well. So, I am in good company with you.
But I feel the same. I can't wait
Aww.
to meet you someday. I think you're absolutely adorable. And I really love what you're bringing to your fans. All the stories, the actors, I think you had a producer on. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah, he's
think
from
you're
Wales,
great.
actually. I think you know him. His name's was it Mike Young? I think that his name. I think that's his
Oh
name.
yes, I know Mike Young. I think you had Sander Schwartz on.
Sander Schwartz, yeah, from Warner
Yeah.
Brothers. Yeah, I'm wearing my Warner Brothers t-shirt. Well,
Oh, look
pajama
at
set. It's
that.
like this. Got all the Looney Tunes on it. Got the whole gang. So yeah, I'm wearing the perfect attire if we're talking about Batman and Superman and everything like that.
Oh, the man. Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
yeah. So of
I've
course I
done
want.
Superman, Batman, Duckman. I'm still
Oh,
waiting to
you've
do
done Duck.
Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, you've done Duckman as well, haven't you? I completely
Yeah.
forgot.
No, I know, right? I've done all the something mans.
You've
I
done
need
the
to
man
do,
cartoons.
yeah, so I need Spider-Man. I'm waiting for the Spider-Man part.
You
I
need
could
to
do
be in
Lego
one of
Spider-Man.
the new
I could do
Spider-Man
any.
movies. Yeah, the new Spider-Verse movies. That'd be quite cool.
Oh my gosh, all of them. And the video games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the new video game that's just was it PS5, PlayStation 5 that's just come out? Yeah, I think it
Oh
was.
my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
I love voicing all those things. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Especially like my son was gaming and playing stuff. And then we decided to do a fundraiser where
Yeah.
we
Oh
used
wow.
Genshin Impact
Yeah.
and I worked with Game Changer Charity and Streamily because it was during COVID. So
hmm
we had a bunch of the Genshin Impact people on signing autographs. And
hmm
my son was streaming. Everybody was streaming. We raised all this money. And for every autograph anyone was signing, Cat Print made copies and Game Changer distributed all those autographed prints
to all the
Mm-hmm.
children in the hospital because Game Changer Charity
Yeah.
works with us. Not all terminally ill, but children who are very ill in the hospital and need
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
And so we had all these signed prints delivered to them from all the characters. It was super cool being able to use money, not money, using putting money where our mouth is, using our what we do as voice actors and putting it with a charity and making a difference.
Yeah, definitely.
Eh,
Well, I can tell you a fun little story before I ask my first question.
Oh my
And
gosh,
it
we haven't
isn't.
even done that yet.
That's
Sorry.
okay. That's okay. Honestly, like with my interviews, yes, I do questions, but it's more focused on topics rather than questions. So we just really have a discussion about said topic, if that makes sense. So I did a gaming fundraiser for Great Ormond Street Children's Hospital, which is a hospital which is in London. It's for children and I think adults as well. It might just be yeah. Yeah, it was for the children's hospital department. And I did like a little thing on Twitch where I'd stream a video, one of my favorite video games, which is Fall Guys Ultimate Knockouts, like a battle royale game similar to like Total Wipeout or Takashi's Castle for
Is
those
it
of you
like
at home that you
Fortnite?
know.
Is it a
It's owned
compete?
by the same people who own Fortnite, Epic Games, and it has like a similar things. So it's free to play. It's got a pass, so you earn rewards for, and you just play games, and it's like sort of like a battle game. Like for example, there's a game called Jump Club where you have to jump over the beam, and then you duck under the beam. It's like Total Wipeout or something like that. If you get something like that, it's quite fun. But I did those streams on Twitch, and I had like a little fundraiser on my Facebook. Um, Unfortunately, there wasn't anyone who donated to my little
What?
fundraiser that I had set up, apart from one person,
Who?
and it was Mike Young, and he came in with over £50.
Oh my gosh. He's so
And I
amazing.
was like, oh my goodness, I was like,
Wow.
man, thank you. It really does mean a lot, not just to me, but for the charity, the Gosh charity it was going towards. So yeah, that was shows how big-hearted he is.
Oh, it just warms my heart. Oh my gosh. He's
Yeah.
such a good man.
I know, yeah. And let's talk
And
about him again because your first ever voice role was for The Little Engine That Could. Now, this definitely intrigues me because not just because of the voice cast, but like how it was produced. It was animated by a company in Wales. It was produced with sort of in co-production with S4C, which is Channel 4 Wales, essentially in the UK. It's like it's honestly you need to go down the Welsh rabbit hole to sort of discuss everything about that. So just when abouts did you sort of find out you were gonna be a voice actress for this, or how did it start? Was it your first project? How did it all begin?
um,
Sorry, was that too much too much said in one breath? Sorry.
I'm editing. I'm trying to think where to start. Where do I begin? Okay, so in regards to the little engine that could, I got that through my agent. So that was my first legitimate
All right.
voiceover role.
Mm-hmm.
And I was super excited. And I think I replaced somebody. I don't know the whole story, which is why I didn't record with everyone. And I
Makes
played
sense.
Jill, the obnoxious sister, like you and your stupid train. Just it was fun. I got to be obnoxious. Um, even though you don't like the obnoxious ones, but it's so fun to play them. Ah, they're fun. Um,
Yeah.
so that was like the first job I got through my agent, and it was great. Before that, I was kind of putting my voice out there, and my younger brother, this was so funny. It was commercials. Like I was just, calling companies up saying, "Hey, are you doing commercials?" And I got hooked up with a recording studio that was just throwing me commercials here and there. No big
Mm-hmm.
deal. It was a little bit of money. I was getting my feet wet, getting, some traction. And
Yeah.
I was visiting my younger brother who was just a freshman at UC Santa Barbara.
Mm-hmm.
And he's taking me to the dorm, and I'm walking down the hallway, and I literally hear my voice coming out of one of the rooms. And my brother stops, and we look at each other, and we're like, huh? We start walking down. The guy had his door open, and it was one of the commercials I recorded. It was for a local tire store in Santa Barbara, and it was on the radio.
Wow.
And it was like, oh yeah, that's me. Yeah, yeah, baby brother. Look at that. That was me.
That is
inside.
so awesome. Forgive me for asking. I hope you don't mind me asking this. Whenabouts were you born?
Where was I born?
Whenabouts? What year?
Oh no, I can't tell you that. That's top secret.
Oh, a big mystery that may never be solved. Okay, well, in
We're
that case,
little kids, and I just like young kids and everything, and
mhm.
teenagers and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. But honestly,
Can't let
like,
the cat out of the bag.
actually, no, honestly, it's fine. Who voice directed you for The Little Engine That Could?
Who?
Was it
What?
Mike? Who voice directed you for The Little Engine That Could?
Voice
Was it
directed me.
Mike?
Let me turn the
I
volume
think.
up.
I
On
think
my.
it. I
It
think
was
it might. Was it? I thought it might have been Andrea Romano, unless she voice directed the rest of the cast. I don't. I'm not sure.
You know, I have to be honest, it was a while ago, and it was my first time in a big recording studio,
Mm-hmm.
and my first time meeting Mike, and you know how you kind of just go in and you do your job and you leave, but everything's just overwhelming.
Yeah.
So I don't remember a lot from it.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. But honestly, it's really good special because I remember I did watch it a few years back. Because I think it was like a few days before I met Frank Welker and Peter Cullen at Edinburgh Comic Con. So I was like, okay, I've got to watch The Little Engine That Could. And I just watched it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is absolutely fantastic. Just like the animation and the music and the voiceover. Like you've got BJ Ward in it, you've got Neil Ross, you've got Scott Menville, you've got all these amazing people, and I'm thinking, I love it. I love it, me. Oh my gosh. So wow. And then begun a friendship with the legendary Mike Young. Now, if you live in the UK at home, you may know Mike Young as the creator of Super Ted, and he also helped out on the original Fireman Sam series. So that's another rabbit hole you should go down. The world of British children's animation, Dina.
He has Splash Entertainment and Cabillion, which
Yeah,
is doing.
that's right.
Remember when he started Cabillion, and it's doing really well. He's got a lot of stuff on there, especially for kids. Maybe
Yeah.
not your audience, but if they have younger siblings or if they have nieces and nephews, it's perfect for them.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I've got a 5-year-old nephew who potentially could be interested.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
right.
I was gonna ask you, is there any other of Mike's projects that you have worked on since Little Engine That Could?
Not really, but I am in the process of creating my own content, and Mike and I are talking. I can't talk
Oh,
yet. So, yeah. Um, oh, can I digress for a moment?
yes, you can.
Can you take it sideways a little bit?
Of course you
Okay.
can, yeah.
So during, I used to, okay, I'm going to take a little bit more time than just say it. So
Mhm.
I have for years and years volunteered, read in schools. Like I would go and read. I actually read at an adult special needs facility. And then I had my first child, and I started reading in schools, and then my kids were
Mhm.
in school. And then I, started reading in their schools, and then they graduated and I still stayed reading in schools. And then the pandemic hit, and
Mhm.
and the teachers were like, oh, could you send us videos? And I'm like, no. They're too big. The file size is too big. So I immediately created a YouTube channel, which I'd never done. You've
Mhm.
done it, but in 2020, I was like, okay, let's do this thing, and started reading books. Neighbors gave me books. Teachers would put books outside the school, and I would go by because it's COVID, pick everything up, and I was reading all these stories. And then I reached out to authors from all over the world who started sending me their books. So I have all these stories from all over the world. But because it was COVID and you couldn't go out, I started creating content, and I did puppet shows. I had, oh, wait, the little puppets. I
Oh, the
yeah,
little things that you put on your fingers.
Milt. Hi, I'm Gertie. And I'm Milt. And we used to tell jokes. Lots and lots of like knock jokes. Yeah, they were pretty cool, I gotta say. Hey, good. Yeah. Love you. Love you too. Mwah.
That
Anyway,
is
they
awesome.
told stories, and then I little toys in here. Okay. Anyway, I started creating all this content. If you want to bring a toy for you, and I made them talk, and I
Mhm.
did I did videos for all the United States federal holidays.
Yeah.
Um, I have all those on there, and I have Jack the Frog videos. I accidentally, my husband always says, "What's the number one rule of a pandemic? Don't injure yourself. Don't get hurt." I stuck a knife through my hand, practically. I was cutting an avocado, and you know how you cut it and whatever. And the
Yeah,
knife
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and went almost completely through my palm, right in front of my son. And
Oh
yeah, it hurt. So I had to have hand surgery. And so then I did a video with, because in Jack, oh, here's Jack. Jack the Frog. I don't know. I think we gotta do something about this. And I had Miss Hand who just would talk to Jack, and Miss Hand was bandaged up
no.
and said, "It's okay, Jack." And I taught about avocados and about surgery. And I put the picture, I got the permission of my hand surgeon on there. And she had kids, and she was so excited about do's and don'ts and how, an x-ray of what your hand looks like and all these things. It was educational a little bit, but just very sweet. Um, anyway, one of the things that I created, Mike kind of was like, "You've got something there." And so we're kind of in the process of fleshing it out and seeing where it goes. I'm
Oh
so
my gosh.
excited.
I am excited for you. Wow. Well, I guess I should watch this space then. So excited, honestly.
Probably have to start a new YouTube channel for this because it's not as young as my Dina Sherman stories and more. Um, that one, is young, elementary age. Although some of the stuff,
Yeah.
for the holidays could be a little older. They're educational, but I guess it's called edutainment.
Edutainment, yeah. I love that term.
So anyway, I promise to keep you posted.
Yeah, yeah, that's completely fine with me. And I would be more than happy to promote it once it's out.
Oh, that's so
Create,
cool. Thank you.
created by two in conversation with ATF guests. This YouTube channel is, well, I'm not sure what it is right now, but I will be able to say in the future.
Thank you. I appreciate that because I
You're
mean, wow,
welcome.
wow, that's that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh my gosh. Of course, our meeting's nearly coming to an end because we've done 40 minutes already, not of the interview itself, but of this call entirely, which is it shows how fast time flies. So,
I should tell
um,
quicker.
I mean, you could, or we could restart the meeting and then it would go up to 40 minutes again. But before I restart it, I'd like to ask you one question, right? Do you know any Welsh? Has Mike ever taught you any Welsh or?
No, he hasn't. He hasn't.
Hmm.
You're gonna have to teach me something so that when I talk to him later, I can say it.
Of course, yeah. Well, in that case, I'll teach you a few simple sayings. So good morning is Borda.
What are that?
Borda. Yeah, 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 yeah. And um, okay, this gets confusing. Good evening is Noswaith da.
Hold on, I have to write Boroda. And then Boroda is good morning, right?
Yeah, Borda da is good morning. And if you want to go in order, Prynhawn da is good afternoon, which is Prynhawnda.
Hawn. Writing on the back of a post-it, so my pencil keeps sticking to the sticky part.
And then good evening is Noswaith da, which is Noswaith. And da is spelt with two D's, so it's DDA.
No sweat da?
Yeah, Noswaith da.
No sweat da.
Noswaith da. Good evening. Good evening. And then good night is just Nostar, which is NOSDA.
It does not want to write. There we go.
And honestly, like I've mainly like learned some of this off like Duolingo and stuff like that, and because I've been to Wales like so many times in my life, like just going into a Welsh supermarket because it has bilingual signs, so it would have the item on a thing and then the name in Welsh, if that makes sense. So like I'm trying to think. So if there was a section that says magazines, in Welsh it would say Cylchgronau. Cylchgronau. There you go.
Close
That
to
was
that.
yeah. So it's kind of, it's kind of it's sort of repetitive in some ways, but then at some point it's hard to properly say, but we change the sounds of some words to make them more soft sounding or like hard sounding. I don't know how it exactly works, but like there was a television centre that was in Cardiff for a good few years, and it was called I'm gonna get this so wrong because I don't know that much Welsh. It was like I'm gonna find it. Television. It was called the Television Centre. It was a place called Culverhouse Cross. It was in Cardiff. I'm trying to think, what would it have been called? I don't know. The It was something about E Canolan, Teled. Oh, here I found a sign. It says, but then the real word is Canolfan, which is centre. Teledu is the Welsh word for television, but on the sign it is pronounced as E Ganolfan Deledu because it's more easier to say, I believe. I think, I don't know. If anyone out there speaks Welsh, please feel free to correct me because I'm learning more about this every day and I love it.
So is it Prynhawn? Is it good afternoon?
Brynhawn da is good afternoon.
Prynhawn da.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say to him today.
Oh, this is awesome. Okay, so Dina, I'd like to talk to you now about the DC animated universe. Now, which series did you record for first? Was it Superman or the new Batman Adventures?
I think, oh gosh, I think it was Batman. I think it was Batman first. I did Emmylou Brown, and then I came back and I did Superman. I did Tina.
Yeah, I was going to say, because Critters, the episode you were in, was released in late 98, and then Superman's Power was early 1999. I find it crazy because, like, Superman's Power was like 1999, but I'm so used to it starting in like 1995. It's just it all runs for these sort of years. But yeah, in that case, let's talk about the new Batman Adventures first. Now, of course, you were among many people I admire. Of course, you've got Bob Hastings, and then Kevin Conroy, who we lost just over a year ago. What was it like working in the studio with all these people? I mean, Andrea Romano was there. You got Tara Strong and Matthew Valencia, Kevin, and just what was it like, really?
I love group sessions. I mean, it's super cool. I mean, to be in the room with these people. I was still fairly new. I think
Mm-hmm.
Ian McKellen was, I think, there too. I think he played Magneto.
Wow.
Um, I think it was that one. Because it was in the same studio and some of the same people when I did Superman. So I kind of am getting them
Well, I'm having a look at a Superman, and there is a character called Metallo.
Metallo. Yeah.
Oh, right, that was Malcolm McDowell.
Malcolm McDowell. That is, but yeah, yeah,
Oh,
Malcolm McDowell. So I
him.
recognize
He's on my
him.
wardrobe. He's down here. I did an art thing of Metallo for him. I have to bring up the picture. You have to give me one moment. Yeah, wow, that's so cool. So wait,
And
he
in
oh, that is cool.
in Superman, I sat next to Dana Delaney, who was a huge TV star, but she had never been in a recording studio. So for my minimal experience, it was more than hers for being in a cartoon, which is
Yeah,
kind of like, oh, okay, well, here, whatever. I gave her whatever knowledge I had.
yeah.
You could probably put it into I don't know, something really tiny, a thimble. Um, oh yeah. Oh
He's
my
really
God.
lovely. I've interviewed his son. His son is a singer back at McDowell, so
Okay.
I've interviewed his son. So yeah, yeah. Oh, they were very lovely. Yeah. So.
So it's interesting because you say all these names and all these people.
Mhm.
Some I recognized, some I didn't, but I fell in love with their talent when you sit in the room with them and you
Yeah.
just absorb it. So I wasn't as starstruck as I was, nervous because I was new, but just happy to be playing in the same room with them. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? I wasn't
Yeah.
wasn't overwhelmed like, oh my God. I mean, when I worked with Luke Perry and Ian Ziering on Biker Mice, I think Dorian came in for that. That's
Yeah,
really
Dorian and Rob Paulson, because they played the main
oh,
three.
I work with Rob Paulson and Jess Harnell, like the whole series. And I swear I would go home, my sides hurt, my ribs hurt. I laughed so hard. You know, when you leave and you're just like, oh my God, my stomach, you
Yeah,
know,
I've
because
had
you're
Rob on
so
my show and I've
happy.
met him. He's a good guy. I like him.
Oh, they're amazing. I'm so like crushing on their talent. I have such a girl crush on them. Because it's just like, oh God, they're so talented. It's just amazing to be in the room with them. I don't get so intimidated, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I'm not, I don't get starstruck very easily because they're just human. They're very kind and very nice. So it's like, it's just easier to go along with that than to go, oh my God, you know the resume and who they are. No,
yeah.
it's like, oh, you're cool. Okay, cool. I'm gonna sit here and play with you, or voice play with me. And you know what? Okay, stop.
Yeah, that's okay. Oh, did you meet Tim Daly when you were doing our Superman?
I think I did. Yeah. Yeah.
Ah!
Was he next to me on this side? Was here or is
Maybe.
the one over? It was right next to me.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, Lauren Tom, David Kaufman,
I
John
worked with
Mariano was on it as well. Wow, that's actually quite cool.
I worked with Lauren Tom on Disney's It's a Small World.
Oh my
We were
gosh,
on a little
I, I need her for
rendering.
my
Yeah, she's
show.
amazing.
I need her for my show. I think I did reach out to her management, but I think she passed on it.
She's a little
Which
busy.
yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of I presume that because I know she's been doing a lot of Comic Cons recently. So
I know maybe I should hold them in more respect and, put them on a pedestal, but to get the job done, you can't do that. So
mm.
I just think they're just somebody I'm working with. Later on, I
Yeah.
go home and I tell everybody, there it's just kind of like, okay, yeah, sure.
That is so cool though. Honestly, like it's just all these people. It's like they're in a massive family. Like everyone just gets along with each other so nicely, and just oh my god, it's like it's a bit.
It really is a beautiful community. And
Yeah.
I think it's because we all are there to make the show a success. I mean, the show's the baby, and everyone wants to take care of the
Yeah.
baby. Doing
Yeah.
everything they can to make, this baby successful. This
Yeah. Can I hold the baby? No.
right?
No, you've got to
I've
be
never thought of
careful.
it. I've never thought of it about like that way, but it is. It's like our baby, and I remember working on I think it was Homeboys from Outer Space. It was a TV show,
Mhm.
and I was a stand-in, but I was in a position where I did all the run-throughs for all the producers until they stunt casted all the celebrities to come in and do the guest roles. So I got to play them, whether it
Mhm.
was, New York cab driver or an old lady, whoever it was they were casting, I got to play. And I would do all the run-throughs and do everything with all of them. And one episode they gave me a role and I was actually on the show. And it was one little line. I was with Kevin Michael Richardson,
Mhm.
and I delivered the line. I got a laugh, and the writer came over and said, "Thank you." I'm like, "What? Why?" And he goes, "No, I really needed that line to land and people to laugh, and you did it. You made my line funny. Thank you." And I was like, "Oh," and that's when I realized this is early on in my career that the writers have a lot at stake and this is their baby and to make them happy is like a real goal. I want to make their words sing, right? Make them
Mm.
funny, make them poignant, whatever it is that they want or that scene dictates to make it work. And yeah, it was a great lesson and a positive one, thank goodness, to go, this is someone else's career and I can elevate it. Given
Yeah.
what I do, I can join forces and we can make it something great. I don't know. I'm just I don't know. I've never actually expressed this out loud in my own head, but it's important. It's important to me to make it work. And I think in animation and all the in voiceover, we all try to make the project work. So egos are usually left at the door, and we all play. We all take care of the baby.
I mean, they say, oh, I don't like babies, but I only like them really in an aunt sort of way. Like, oh, yeah, okay, give me the child. Yeah, just so funny. Oh my God. So that must have been so cool to work on. Like, oh my, I am so jealous of you. Like, to be a fly on the wall in those sessions, man, that would have been fun.
Yeah, I felt like a fly on the wall, except I was there, but
Yeah.
yeah, you drive home afterwards and you're like, it was amazing. It is so
Yeah.
fun. Um,
Yeah. Mhm.
I guess my
Mhm.
only regret is that when I started, we didn't have cell phones. So no one brought cameras to sessions. So I don't have pictures with everybody. I wished I did. That would have been fun. I know the ego and the whatever the human side of you going, oh my God, I work with these people. What wished I had that.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Just oh man, just like me coming out there to see everyone, just oh my gosh, I am, I am excited.
It's
Like,
it's it's great because most people when they come to California, they're like, oh, I want to see this place, I want to go to that place, I have to see these places and eat these foods and do these things. And you're like, I want to see these people.
mm,
That's pretty
yeah,
cool. That's pretty cool, girl.
yeah, definitely. And
I'll sign you
just
up on the list.
yay! um, right. So we were talking about him before. Frank Welker. Have you ever had any run-ins with him?
I think one of my first jobs, I think you said he was on Little Engine, but
Little
I think
Engine that could. Yeah.
we were at the same agency a while back at ICM. And so I would see him at, agency events. And I remember sitting in a SAG, Screen Actors Guild union meeting or something. And
Uh-huh.
we sat together, we're all
Uh-huh.
like, bashing the union a little
Yeah.
bit. um, but just, we were just, we're talking and just, he's a great guy. I really liked hanging out with him. I don't think I got to work with him as much as I would have liked to. But
Yeah. No. He is a very sweet guy, honestly.
what,
Oh, say that again, sorry.
when are you coming in March? Sorry.
Oh, I'm coming from the 7th to the 16th of March. I will be in Los Angeles, exploring, bimbling somewhere.
I have him down on what date? I think I should be fine. Yeah,
Sweet.
yeah. The first weekend I wasn't going to be here, so I will
Ah,
definitely.
right, I see.
Okay.
Sweet. Oh my gosh, like it's all coming together. I'm so excited. Ah, feels great. Really does feel great.
Oh, that's so weird. I'm sorry. As I was looking at your dates, I have a meeting with somebody on February 8th and March 8th.
Mm.
I was like, oh, wait a minute, because I was looking. You're coming in on the 7th, and I was looking at the Fridays. I'm like, why did my phone decide to put it on both months? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, are we recording? I hope we didn't record.
That's okay. That's okay. Do you want me to cut that little bit out?
Yes, please.
Yeah, of
Because we're
course I can do that.
Yeah, because we're trying to negotiate when you and I are going to get
Of
together.
course,
That
more
understand.
than happy to. There we go.
I love the way you work.
Me
Okay.
too, me too. So of course, you've done video games as well. Most notably, Genshin Impact, which I do not play. Just to say that now, I'm very sorry. I don't play Genshin
Diona,
Impact.
bartender at the cat's tail.
Oh
Your
my
tail
god!
and no crop. Yours. Sorry.
Oh my god! Well, I've
That's
I've
my
met. I've interviewed
Diana.
a few Genshin Impact voice actors. I've met a few in person actually. I met one voice actor before he even became a Genshin Impact voice actor.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was Tagnari's new English VA, Zachary Gordon. So I
Zachary.
met him at a Comic Con, and then it was only a few months later he was announced last year as the new voice of Tagnari,
Yes.
which is quite cool. So yeah,
Yeah, I met him back in August at a convention.
really, really? Oh yeah, he's really lovely. Yeah.
Yes, he
See,
is.
I know.
He's a
Yeah, I
cutie
think
patootie.
I know. Yeah. Oh man, I need to get him for my show. I really do. Oh my gosh, there's so many people I need to reach out to. I need to put my foot down and just ask people to come on my show, and I'll have a little chin wag with them.
Good lad. I
I
love
love that.
that.
I love. Yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah, I'm just gonna have a nice little chin wag with you. Informal British a chat. British. 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 There
It's
we
so
go.
funny because I'm so visual. I'm thinking chin wag is like, like a dog goes side to
Mm.
side, but when we wag our chin, it's up and down.
Yeah, I don't know where it comes from actually. I really do not know where the sort of the origin comes from. I'm having a look now, but it's just
Yeah, ask Google.
no, it doesn't tell me where the origin comes from. Just
Hey Siri, where did the saying chin wagging for talking come from?
I found this on the web.
Oh, my phone and watch won't answer. What is the origin of the meaning, the British phrase having a chin wag? It says the meaning, oh, no, stop. Having a chat, usually a bit gossipy. I'd imagine
Oh.
it is meant to describe the chin moving up and down as the participants
Yeah, it
talk.
is. That's what it says on here. Yeah, yeah.
Thank
The
you.
earliest evidence of existing is the 1870s.
1870s.
Yeah. So the chinwag. Yeah, that's actually quite cool. Yeah, us British people are very funny. um.
Jesus.
So yeah, Genshin. Yeah. So aside from Genshin that you've done recently, is there any other video games that you've managed to do sort of in the past year or two that you can talk about if you're not under NDA for them?
That I can talk about. I know there's some mobile games, MLBB, Mobile Legend Bang Bang, I think is one.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's what's the other one where I'm got a patch on my eye. I totally forgot the name of that character. Look at that. Give me a moment. Um,
Hmm. I don't know exactly. I think I've got your IMDb up somewhere. Hmm.
doo
Let's
doo
have a
doo.
look. I'm off and look myself. I'm having a little.
I don't know if it's on my IMDb. I never know with IMDb. It's
That's
just
what
crazy
you've done.
that way.
Final Fantasy. You've done Smite. You've done
Oh, BSS games was one. MLBB is Ruby. That's the character. That's the Mobile Legends, Mobile League Bang Bang. And then BSS games. I do Lena and some other voices. That was just a couple years ago.
That's cool.
Yeah. So one of the first ones I did, this is kind of silly, was Lands of Lore. And I was in Egypt with my
Mm-hmm.
husband. We were traveling, and when we got into Luxor, I looked for a
Mm-hmm.
payphone just to check. I didn't have my pager or any back then I had a pager on me or anything, but I just had a gut instinct. I needed to check my messages, and sure enough, there was a message from my agent that I'd booked this job, this game, Legends, Lands of Lore. And so I called my agent and I said, "Hey, I'm calling you from Luxor Temple in Egypt, or Luxor in Egypt, and um, I won't be home until Tuesday. When do you need me to record?" And they said, "Well,
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday, but we can push it to Wednesday. Can you do Wednesday?" And I said, "Sure, I'll be exhausted, but I'll be there on Wednesday." So I show up on Wednesday to record this video game. It's on a CD-ROM, so this is how old this is. One of the first video games.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy's like, "Hey, I heard you were in Luxor. You could have recorded with me." And I'm like, "You were in Egypt?" And he goes, "Wait, what?" And I said, "Well, you just said Luxor." And he goes, "No, I live in Vegas. I live right near the Luxor Hotel in Vegas." And I'm like, "Oh, no, I was at the Luxor Temple in Egypt." I don't think we could have
Crazy.
recorded. Forgive me if I'm really tired today, but I'm super excited. We had the best time. I'm still in touch with. He's now the voice director for that show is now producing live theater in Vegas.
Oh, wow.
He's doing amazing. Anyway, we still stay in touch, so it's kind of fun.
Oh.
But yeah, I was in Egypt, and we got. I guess there's two Luxors.
Yeah, yeah, that's really cool. Is there anywhere else in the world that you've traveled to at all?
Yeah. This last year we went to Colombia. My brother lives in Colombia, so we went to
Hmm.
Medellin and Cartagena and Panama City. And then for anniversary, we went to Argentina a year ago. We
Hmm.
went to Iguazu Falls, Buenos Aires, and then Calafate, which is in
Oh,
the south of Argentina. And we got to hike glaciers.
oh my
We lived in like
gosh.
crampons and the whole thing, and we hiked on glaciers, and it was really cool. Everything, and the Iguazu Falls, super cool. I've been to Russia, Japan, China. I did a European tour at a college, England, France. Took the kids to England and France. Did Spain and Portugal, Mexico. I need to see my own country a little bit better, but I love to travel.
Sweet. Wow, that is awesome. How
How
did you
about,
find oh sorry, say that.
and how about you? Have you traveled a lot? I know you've come to the States. How?
Well, this States trip is my first time in the States. I've been to Spain twice,
Okay.
to Madrid. It was very
Mhm.
lovely. Yeah. That's it. That's the only time I've ever been abroad. It's just to Spain twice so far.
Ah, that's great. Actually, when I did, as the voice of the Annies, one year we had to, I did it in front of a green screen and it was recorded. And then the next year we were going to do it live in 2022. But Omicron came around, so we had to shut the show down. And my daughter was studying abroad in Italy. So we took my son and I recorded the show on location in Venice, Florence, and Rome. So you
Wow.
see the Annie Awards, which was streamed that year. I opened the show on a gondola in Venice. Freezing. It was freezing. And I closed the show at the Trevi Fountain, flipping a coin and saying, I wish we all are back together next year. So I actually used travel and it's part of the Annies. So that was kind of
That
fun.
is awesome. That is awesome. I've got to ask, yeah, about the Annies. Have you met? Well, I mean, you answered this before, but for the viewers out there who don't know, have you ever met June Foray?
Yes, I did meet her. She would come out each year and give a special award. And then they finally, when she passed, and I honestly don't remember, forgive me, if they did it, if they created an award in her name while she was alive so she knew about it, or if it was just after she
I
passed.
think it was after she passed in
I think
2017. I
it was,
think.
but we now have the June Foray Award. Yeah, we're both peanuts. She was
How long have
adorable.
you been a voice of the voice of the Annies for?
This February will be my 19th year.
Oh wow! So since 2005. Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome.
Wow, look at you, math.
Because
Oh,
my brother was born 2005. I know. Ooh, yeah. What?
so
Hmm.
um, this just happened. I was interviewed by Variety magazine, reached out to me to do a feature article on the voice of the Annies.
Oh my
And the
gosh.
article, I know, and the article comes out on February 14th.
Oh, that is awesome. That is
I
awesome.
know. I was like, so that just happened and will be happening, I guess. But yeah, so
That is
anyway.
awesome. I'm so happy for you. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because I think I did watch the Annies this last year. It was a really good show, yeah. So you record, I presume you record all your stuff live,
Yes.
when there's an actual show going on and you're like in a sound booth or somewhere, or like in the control room or something. Have you ever met anyone who's on the night who's been nominated for an award, who ends up, winning one of the Annie Awards? Do you get to meet the winners and the nominees?
All of them.
Wow.
I actually sit just off stage. And so
That is
most of
awesome.
them walk past me
That
when
is
they come on.
awesome.
Um, you know, sometimes I have either if I'm announcing the next presenters, I can't clap, but when I'm not, they come on, I'm like, we're all just cheering,
That is
it's very
awesome.
supportive. Yeah,
That
yeah,
is awesome.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my gosh. Like your career is honestly just amazing. I am in awe, honestly.
I
Like,
my kids, my family keep me pretty humble. To them, it's nothing.
Yeah, oh, bless
I
them.
don't do anything.
Sorry, this is a little headphone jack my mum gave me before. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Oh my God, she's like totally playing with a dongle.
A dongle, a dongle.
Playing with a dongle.
This is a dongle. Yeah, I'm just gonna have the dongle sit on my desk. That sounded quite wrong. Yeah, that's going in the no context bits. Right, so Dina, right, I'm gonna ask you what I really need to put that down. I'm gonna ask you.
I'm gonna pick up mine. This is bite size, and he talks about the holiday.
Oh, you got a
little
Milky
mouth.
Way.
Oops, wait, there.
That is awesome.
That
That is awesome because Milky Ways are like very different over here. They're like it's hard to describe, but Milky Ways are like little chocolate bars, but they're like very soft chocolate, but it's filled with their nougat. Nougat, yeah, it's quite cool. It's quite cool. Yeah. Which act? Oh, sorry. What were you gonna say then?
I kind of like nougat.
Me too. Me too. If it's in a Milky Way bar, like yeah, Milky Way is going up with my favorite chocolate bar.
The Milky Way has the caramel, whereas the Three Musketeers.
Oh right. Oh, that's awesome. I'm gonna have to hang on. Wait, let me just look up a Milky Way chocolate. Oh man. Let's have a look. Can it say? Right. Okay. So, right. So, the American. Oh right. Oh, that's cool. So the Milky Way that you have in America has nougat, but a caramel layer on the top. But the Milky Way bar that we have over here is marketed in the US as a Three Musketeers bar.
Three Musketeers bar. Okay, yeah, because that's missing. Yeah, and those are good too.
Yeah, and then so Three Musketeers over here, we have it called. It's called Milky Way. That is, yeah, because I think they call it Milky Way because like it was something that you could have like between meals, if that makes sense. It's just
I thought that was a Snickers.
A Snickers.
That's how they market Snickers in the United States. It's a meal, because it's got the peanuts. So it's you don't get hangry between meals. You can have a Snickers.
Oh, that is cool. That is cool. Yeah. So with here, it was like the sweet you can eat between meals without ruining your appetite because of how much of a light, because of the nougat, if that makes sense. Yeah. I need to go down the chocolate rabbit hole. To be fair.
Yeah. Let's do that together.
I need to rethink what I just said, and I am very sorry.
That's okay. Anything chocolate's fine by me.
Okay, so all right. Well, the last question I've gotta ask you is, I know because if we meet in LA, we're definitely going out and getting cake together. What's your favorite flavor of cake?
Chocolate.
Oh, chocolate. Do you like chocolate?
Oh,
is there any
did I mention chocolate? Just
chocolate.
But is it chocolate? I think it was chocolate.
Yeah,
it's chocolate. Yeah. No, I like dark chocolate. I love the flourless chocolate cake.
Just yeah.
I'm not a buttercream, light milk chocolate. No, I like the dark rich.
I'm partial to a bit of red velvet, to be fair.
Are you really?
Yeah.
No, why? Give me a second. Okay. Red velvet.
I love chocolate though. I love all type of cake. Yeah, it's just anything.
It's okay. I can tolerate red velvet, but vanilla. Can't do vanilla.
I'd say chocolate is my favorite as well. I mean, right? I've had Costco do those massive birthday cakes.
Oh my God, they discontinued our favorite. It's called the All American. Wait, let me see if I can get the size of this.
Oh my gosh!
They don't. It was like seriously like 1.5 feet thick. It was dense. It was rich, and shavings of chocolate on it. And
that is awesome.
It was like the go-to cake, and they stopped.
That is awesome. Yeah, the ones over here, we don't have big chocolate cakes. They just have like big birthday cakes, and they're very sickly. Like I can't even eat a whole slice of one without feeling sick. But I know in America, I think it was either a US or UK Costco. They've just released like a Mississippi mud pie sort of cake or cheesecake or
mud pie with ice cream, because there used to be a Mississippi mud pie that would have.
I'm gonna have to Google this up now. Mississippi.
Sorry everyone. Our conversation about animation and voiceover is really about desserts.
It is a cake. It is a cake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mississippi mud pie. There's
The one at Costco is a cake. The little cupcakes.
oh, let's
Yeah.
see.
I'll have to send you a photo.
Yes, you can't gain weight from a photo, can you? No.
No, I know this place in LA. It's called the
Mhm.
Donut Man, and like he has these massive donuts, and they've got like whole strawberries in them, and they're like covered in jam. And I saw it on Facebook. I was like, oh my god, I've got to go there when I come out.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, totally.
yeah, yeah. Oh my god, I need to actually find out where that is actually, so I can put it on
I
that.
don't know.
Anyways, Dina, thank you so much for coming on my show, and I can't wait to meet you in person in less than 2 months. I did like a month and like a week. I don't know. Oh my gosh, that's actually quite close now. Thank you for coming on my show. It's been a real pleasure to talk to you.
I'm just so thrilled. I've had the best time. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Where can everyone find you on the internet? Is there anything you'd like to promote? Well, I know the Annies are coming up, of course, so we'll be able to hear your voice again on
So the
telly.
Annies, if you go to Asipa Hollywood, they are streaming. They're not on
Yeah,
networks.
I watch them streaming.
Watch it streaming. So that definitely check that out. For me, I'm Dina Sherman, Dina. Well, you put it there, Dina Sherman on everything but TikTok. TikTok, it's Dina Sherman 21. And on YouTube, right now, I've got my Dina Sherman stories and more, which is all kind of one word. Dina Sherman stories and more. So you can see some of the fun videos with all my little characters that I have like laying around here to play with.
I've
And
just subscribed.
oh,
Yes.
yay!
Yay! I've joined the club. Yay.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be starting more stuff up, but then I've also got to work on my new thing coming up with Mike Young. Ah.
I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Well, as soon as you can talk about that, let me know. I want to hear everything about it.
I promise. I promise.
Sweet, sweet. Well, in that case, to you at home, thank you so much for watching this episode of In Conversation with ATF with the lovely Dina Sherman. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did filming it. Stay safe, stay happy. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Take care, everybody. Bye. And cut.